Normally in Terraria, if you enter the dungeon before Skeletron, this happens. The Dungeon Guardian has 10,000 health, 10,000 defense, and deals 1,000 damage. You are not supposed to enter the dungeon before defeating Skeletron. The key word there is supposed, because you can enter the dungeon without the Dungeon Guardian showing up, and I need to do this to win a race. But before I can explain how to avoid the Dungeon Guardian, I need to explain the race. The rules are simple. We're playing bingo. I need to complete one row, one column, and one diagonal. I'm also allowed to route beforehand, and I can pick my own world seed. Let's look at the board. There's two diagonals, so let's go over this first. The top left diagonal, the bottom right diagonal is bad. I need to defeat the Old One's army, which takes several minutes to do and requires finding an NPC after killing a boss. It's simply too slow. So, the other diagonal it is. For the first goal, I need to reach 200 max HP, which is pretty easy, just 5 heart crystals. For the second goal, I need to make a Gravedigger's shovel. This is made in a graveyard biome, so I need to die 7 times for this one. Pretty simple. For the third goal, I need to summon one minion. The easiest choice here is the Finch Staff, as it can either be found in a living tree or shimmered from a living wood wand. For the fourth goal, I need to have 4 unique boss summons at the same time. Suspicious looking eyes can be found in chests, and 3 are easily craftable: the Slime Crown, the Abomination, and the Deer Thing. The last goal in this diagonal is to find a pet. There's several that are easy to find with the set seed. These are the turtle found in jungle chests, the penguin found in snow chests, the baby shark found in water chests, the glow tulip found at the edges of the world, and the dirtiest dirt block, which replaces 3 dirt blocks in a small world. My route has a baby shark pet on the way, so that's what I'll go for. Now for the column. There are 2 good columns and 3 bad ones. The bad ones are 1, 3, and 4. Column 1 requires summoning a blood moon, which requires a blood moon showing up and getting a bloody teardrop, not consistent. Column 3 requires a fairy to show up, which is random and thus not consistent. Column 4 has the Old One's army goal from the diagonal earlier. Okay, so now to decide between the 2 good columns. Honestly, there isn't much of a difference between them, but I chose the second column. I have 2 main reasons for this. The 5th column has a goal requiring crafting a gem rope, which needs 10 gems. The other reason is I would need to kill the guide in lava, which could mess up the merchant spawning in, which I need for the row I pick. The goals for the second column are also pretty easy. 25 bestiary entries will just happen over the course of the run. Sleeping in the bed requires me to craft a bed and start sleeping in it. Attacking a target dummy requires me to purchase a scythe from the merchant and harvest hay from grass, which can be crafted into a target dummy. I just place it down and hit it. The last goal in this column is to have 4 full stacks of items. They can be the same item, and the fastest is to buy arrows from the merchant. Arrows cost 5 copper coins, but with happiness it gets discounted to 4, meaning I need 16 gold coins in total. That's really easy to get. Quick side note, I could also just craft coins down to copper coins as they have a maximum stack of 100, but this goal is getting changed and the other people competing aren't doing coins, so I'm not either. Now for the row. I'm picking row 3. It's the easiest row to route and has minimal RNG required. The first row requires reaching 200 mana without buffs, meaning I need to get 45 fallen stars. This is very difficult, especially in one night while doing other objectives. It is also random how many stars fall each night. The second row requires a fairy, which as I said earlier is random. The fourth row has the blood moon and the Old One's army requirement, making it the worst line on the board. The fifth row requires sunglasses, which requires getting 2 items with a 1% drop chance at night, 2 RNG reliant. So, what do I need to do for the third row? It overlaps the column with 4 stacks of items and the diagonal with summoning a minion. For the other goals, I need to enter a marble or granite biome, craft a reef workbench, and activate 2 buffs from furniture items. These buffs from furniture items is why I need to enter the dungeon early. There are 6 furniture items that grant buffs. The easiest is the sharpening station, which spawn in cabins in the underground jungle. I can route this one. The remaining ones are tricky. The cake is given when you talk to the party girl during a naturally spawning party. You need to have 14 town NPCs present for the party girl to move in, and parties are a 1 in 10 chance of happening each day. The war table is dropped during the Old One's army. I have explained why the Old One's army isn't happening, but this is also a 50% drop chance in classic mode. The crystal ball and ammo box are both only available in hard mode. The crystal ball is sold by the wizard, and the ammo box is sold by the arms dealer in hard mode. I need to kill the wall of flesh for either of these. This leaves me with one option: the bewitching table. The bewitching table generates in the dungeon. So kill Skeletron and go in the dungeon, right? Wrong. We're skipping him. Here's the run. Hello, I'm going to be doing a little bit of voiceover so that I can explain some things that might be a little confusing during the run. The start is a little sucky. We've got like really tiny trees, and I have to just immediately run into the corruption once I get all the wood I need. I need to make some NPC houses first. I need NPC houses so that I can move the merchant in, and you just need an NPC house for the guides. So I need to make 2 NPC houses. And with this little wood, it's going to be a little sucky. I also need a slime to spawn at the start, but that's kind of frequent, so it should be fine. Just make the classic houses out of just platforms, place them on the ground because there's not much need for anything fancy. I'm going to have to place a bunch of walls. You don't actually need to place as many walls as I do, but the more walls you have placed, the more likely NPCs are to move in, and I need the merchant to move in ideally day 1, but if it's early day 2, it's fine. see a slime on the right-hand side of the screen, so I can run over to that and kill it for the gel. I need torches to complete the NPC houses. Place on the torches, and I move the guide in manually, because if I ever get, like, 50 silver from, like, tapping trees, or a slime having money, it'll make it so that the merchant moves in when he needs to. Get a fruit. Fruit is really good. It increases movement speed, especially useful this early on when you don't have any source of movement speed. Another slime spawns. It's more gel, which is more torches. The start of this run very much sucks, because I just have no way to see in the caves I go in until I get torches. Like, I don't get a shine potion until after the first cave dive. Yeah, surface corruption is not the easiest to go through, but it's definitely easier than Crimson, because the floaty guys are sort of easier to move around. And there's only 2 corruption enemies pre-hard mode, and there's like 4 in pre-hard mode for the Crimson, so ideally I want to start with corruption if I have to. It's just a little easier to navigate. Also, because I have to go to a demon altar later, it's easier to just drop down into the corruption chasms than it is to just zigzag through the Crimson caves. I got pretty lucky with this. There was very few Eater of Soul spawns, which makes this start a lot nicer. Sometimes I've had like 5 or 6 spawn, which is just a lot. And there's no worms either, which is good. Chest has a blowpipe. I'm speeding this up because I spend a weird amount of time killing these guys. I thought they dropped more money than they did, and I want money for the merchant to move in. Yeah, I killed them. I realized that their money sucks, and then I leave because I don't need to kill more. It's just not worth it. Open another chest. It's got one of Sparking, which is a slightly better weapon. I could have optimized my time a little bit more, but I just kind of didn't want to, and no one else was really getting faster runs, so I think it's fine. There's a pool of water in the bottom of this corruption cave, so I can just jump in it, which is very nice. This cave movement is a little sucky because we have no grappling hook, we have no double jump, we've got basically nothing. There's a minecart track here. I'm taking it all the way to the right because there's a chest I want. It's got a mining potion, which is the main reason I want to go this way. Mining potion is going to be really helpful this early. It's just a big boost to mining speed. Also, I believe that accessory has 3 defense on it, which is super good this early on. Helps me take less damage. Breaking pots, trying to get as much money as I can. Place a torch down here. I've moved the corruption torches, so I just have more of them. I missed the rope when going down, which is very bad, but I managed to, like, recover fine, because the torch is just bright enough where I can see where some blocks are. Kill these slimes. I don't need as much gel as I did in, like, the previous bingo. I still need to make a slime crown, but there is a slime statue later I can get. I don't end up getting because I just get enough gel anyway, but it's fine. There's some topaz here. I've got a bomb at these pots, which is just kind of lucky. And I blow up these topaz. Topazes... There's just enough topaz on the way where I can make a hook. It's like the worst hook, I think. Maybe amethyst is worse, I'm not entirely sure, but a grappling hook is better than no grappling hook. Let's be honest. Cloud in a bottle in this chest. Super good. Love cloud in a bottle. Makes movement, especially in caves, so much easier. There's a loom here. I mine it. Pick it up. I need to make a bed, which you crafted a loom. I break these pots, and that pot right there gave me just enough silver to have the merchant move in. He can move in now, but he doesn't. And he doesn't until day 2, which sucks for me, but it's fine. I end up deciding to, like, go down this side, because there's just an annoying cave with water and cobwebs. It just sucks. I didn't do very good bomb placement here, so I've got, like, very few bombs for this cave. Over here, I craft a crafting bench and a anvil. I want to craft the grappling hook here, because it's just good to craft it here. And you go pick up the topaz. Finally picked it up, got it. Grappling hook, huge. I also craft a bucket, because I want to get lava for dying, because I need to make a graveyard, and lava is just the fastest way to die, in my opinion. And we make it down to this cave. It's got another chest. It's got a band of regen, which is very good. Early game survival is just really nice. It's also got menacing, so it's just slightly more damage. I end up just placing blocks up instead of using the grappling hook, and then it's here I'm like, oh, I have a grappling hook, yeah. Let me use that. I've been crafting grappling hook later, but on this run I was just like, you know, it's actually just smarter to craft it early, because then you have a grappling hook early, and these caves suck without a grappling hook. I'm gonna be honest. Like, look at this. That cave is awful if you don't have a grappling hook. Yeah, just make grappling hook. Little cave here. There's a heart crystal, like, up from, like, here, but it's just not worth getting, because there's easier heart crystals, so I skip it. I'm digging down into a spider cave. This is the easiest way to get into the snow biome, because I need the flinx fur, and it's also just a good source of cobwebs for the bed. Trying to make my way through. Going through cobwebs is kind of slow. There we go. I need to dig down here. There's a little cave here. There's some rubies right here, and I do need to grab a ruby. It's just, I didn't grab this one. It probably would have been faster if I grabbed the ones here, but it's fine. 2 chests. Each have like 2 gold coins. One of them has a suspicious eye, which is really good. They both have snowball cannons. The main problem is I don't get enough snowballs to really get super good value out of the snowball cannon, so I just use an ice boomerang and like a chest I'm about to get. Bunch of enemies here, which sucks. There's a flinx. Early flinx is good. I'm gonna kill it once I get the boomerang. There's a slime just blocking the way. I hate the snow ice spike slimes. Every single snow enemy has like a chance to freeze you or slow you, so you just don't want to be getting hit by these guys. There is the boomerang, and there is a second suspicious eye. The goal requires 4 unique ones, so this doesn't technically help, but you need lenses to make a deer thing, and it's just easier to decraft an extra suspicious eye than it is to, It's easier to decraft a suspicious eye than it is to kill a demon eye and get a, lens from that. I think I need 3 lenses. I'm not entirely sure the exact recipe. Might just be 1. A bunch of enemies down here, but I get all the flinks for I need, which is just super nice this early. If you're wondering why I'm falling slow, there was a featherfall potion. I'm not super used to featherfall movement. I definitely need to get better at that, because I know that featherfall plus grappling hook is just insane early game. In this chest, I get a blizzard in a bottle, and then I need to grab a ruby, and then I can leave the snow biome. There is a heart crystal I normally get above, like, the dungeon. Because if you saw earlier, we are in the dungeon. There is also just water candles nearby, so it just increases the spawn rates. It's a really good snow biome, to be honest. There's a heart crystal. I end up skipping it. My normal route has me get to 220 HP, so just skipping that heart crystal is fine. Use a gravitation potion to make my way to a sky island. This one has a legendary Star Fury, so not only is it Star Fury, it's got the best Reforge, so it's just gonna one-shot most enemies at this point, especially in classic mode. I'm still gonna keep the ice boomerang because it's like, I can technically use it in the dungeon, but I don't need to. Speeding up here because I'm just heading over to this cave. It's got a chest. This chest is very important because it is the only chest on the route that has bottles. I need bottles to craft bottled honey so I can craft the abomination. I don't get bottles anywhere else. I could technically shimmer a potion, I guess, but the main problem with shimmering a potion is there's no honey nearby the shimmer. Yeah, in this area, there's a couple chests that are, like, kind of okay. I can skip most of them, to be honest. The one I can't skip is that living wood chest that has the finch staff, which gets me my first goal at 10.5 minutes in. I've got good progress towards a bunch of other goals, though, so it's fine. We got our minion, and now we're heading out. I'm going to speed up here. We use the gravitation potion to go to another sky island. It's got a lucky horseshoe. That's really about it. It's got a whole lucky horseshoe. We head down to the beach, and here I need to get a seashell, which I get here. And I need to get a coral in the ocean. So I dive down, get the coral. I craft the reef blocks in the water. You have to craft them at water, and then you can craft the reef workbench, and there we go. That's another goal. We got 2 goals now. Speeding up to get to the jungle. And there's 2 chests here. Both of these chests, the main thing I'm looting from them is lead. Lead is good. I am very short on lead, and I need a lot of it. I need lead for Gravedigger's shovel. I need lead for heavy workbench. I need lead for a sawmill. I just need so much lead. And because the merchant didn't move in first day, I am slightly short on lead because my normal route has me buy an anvil, but because I can't buy an anvil, I have to keep the one I already crafted. Because you can shimmer the anvil to get iron. So I do technically have a backup because I have a decent amount of tungsten. I could just shimmer that. Here I'm using dynamite on the hive. I want hive blocks. I need hive blocks. I need 5 of them for the abomination, as well as 5 honey blocks, which I grabbed slightly earlier. There's heart crystal right here too. I grabbed that. There's so many bees. Lots of bees. The bees will be useful later, though. Even more bees, just hiding in the honey. Yeah, I go down here. I craft the honey bottle. Need to be very careful with the star here because there is a queen bee summon. But yeah, I craft the abomination, so that's good. I got 75 hive blocks, which is really good. Okay, now we're heading down here. I am trying to kill enemies, so I have like bestiary entries. I should get way more than enough. This just has, well, there's a sharpening station, so that's one of those. And it also has a water walking potion, which is kind of nice. There is the pet. Put it on, so that's another goal. I have a texture pack that turns the baby shark into a little axolotl in a bucket, as you can see. I think it's cute. I like it. Yeah, bombing my way through the through the jungle. I go through this cave, I throw another bomb on those blocks. At this point, it's just open caves to the shimmer, which is good. Make my way into this house. I need to loot this chest and trash basically everything in it. My normal... So, again, my route... This is essentially just enough lead for my normal route, because I can shimmer the chest into 2 iron bars. That's just what I'm off by. The main problem is that because I'm off by 5 more lead, it doesn't matter. So I didn't really need to grab it, but it's fine. I block off the shimmer because there's just so many enemies in the shimmer, especially with the jungle biome, so you have increased spawn rates, and because the shimmer is just full of blocks, it's very isolated spawns. Yeah, I'm selling basically everything. Now it's time to shimmer a bunch of stuff. I was about to shimmer the anvil, but I'm like, no, I can't do that. The merchant hasn't moved in. Shimmer. I need to shimmer some tungsten bars, which turns into tungsten ore. Then I can make it silver ore, then lead ore. I'm looking for my suspicious eye. There we go. Yeah, we're just shimmering a bunch of stuff down. Shimmer's nice. I really like the shimmer. I think it's a good feature. This should be the last thing I need to shimmer, and then I jump into the shimmer, and I fall from the shimmer into a granite cave, which is very nice, very cool. In the bottom right of the granite cave is a slime statue, so if I was low on gel, I could just easily farm it with the slime statue, add a trap right down here. It also hit 200 HP in the shimmer. There's another life crystal right there that I skipped. Like, I don't need a bunch of HP. That chest has a gravitation potion, which is why I looted. I head down here so I can grab my lava. And now I recall back to spawn. I place down a bunch of platforms. I need to craft a couple more, though, because I'm low. I got some wood from the wooden chests. I need to place down a bunch of platforms. I'm just going to place a bunch of crafting stations here. I don't want the crafting stations on the ground, because if you have things on the ground, that just prevents tombstones from spawning. So I'd just rather place a bunch of blocks to place the crafting stations on. But yeah, if you don't have a tombstone place, that's just minus 15 seconds dying, which is a lot of time to lose for, like, nothing. Yeah, I'm just crafting a bunch of stuff. There's just a lot to craft here, and I'm very slow on it, because look at this menu. There's so much stuff here. I forget to craft the furnace, so that way I can turn the lead ore into lead bars. Craft the platinum crown, put it in my vanity slot. I think I'm looking for the furnace, yeah. I'm just not used to crafting here. I'm not used to crafting the furnace, but I just went like, oh, I can do this. Because I've had a couple runs die to the merchant not showing up, which sucks, because it's not really something I can control. I could just get the requirements. I could technically build more NPC housing, but it's slow, so eh. Sleep up in the bed, there we go. I need to place down all my money, so because I'm dying, I'm going to lose a bunch of money, because you lose money on death, and that lava's deep enough to burn the coins and destroy them, so I want to make sure that doesn't happen. I break the 2 blocks underneath where the coins are, because then I can place torches under them, and I can just break the blocks, and all the coins will fall down, and I'll pick up all the coins easily. Alright, so now we're just dying. I've sped it up because dying is slow. It's just sitting on this timer screen. You need to die 7 times, so that's 10 seconds each death. That's 70 seconds, plus running over to the lava and taking the damage, so it's like 15-ish seconds per death. It's just a lot. So you're speeding it up. Alright, now I've got the graveyard biome. I could craft beehives and the gravedigger shovel. Gravedigger shovel is a goal, and beehives are going to help me skip the Skeletron. It's going to help me skip Skeletron. I place the torches down. So, the main thing that beehives do is they spawn bees. Now, the way the Dungeon Guardian spawns is it will replace a normal dungeon enemy spawn. So dungeon enemies try and spawn normally, so you could just prevent them from spawning, and the Dungeon Guardian will never spawn. And the dungeon can have a maximum of 15 enemies in it, so as long as you have 15 bees on screen, no Dungeon Guardian. Very cool. Here we crafted our deer thing and our slime crown. That's for boss summons. Because I'm just trying to move, I don't mark off the goal. Okay, we're making our way through the dungeon, to the dungeon. It's technically blizzarding, so if I had more defense, deerclops could naturally spawn, which would be a little bad. So thankfully I didn't craft all the defense things there. I craft them here though. Because the more defense you have, the less damage you take from the bees, which just makes this a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best things I can craft. I'm trying to figure out if I want to craft copper boots or helmet, and I see, oh yeah, I can craft wood. Which one has no defense? Because one of them doesn't, and the boots have no defense. So this is the most defense I can get. I switched my cloud in a bottle for that defense accessory. So I open and loot this chest because I'm like, the merchant still hasn't moved in, so if I'm gonna do this, I might as well do something funny, because I can loot a gold chest before killing Skeletron, which is just funny. Right here I set up where I need to place all the bees. Just little wood blocks. Move the beehives to my hotbar, and I place and break them. I place more than I need to. You only need to place about 8, because that guarantees 16 bees. But I place a decent amount more, because it means I can leave bees behind, because the bees aren't, like, perfect at moving through this. They will get stuck. Yeah, I grapple here to, like, prevent knockback and allow bees to catch up. Use the grappling hook to break a bunch of these. The merchant moves in right now, which is just so good. It means I don't have to wait for the merchant to spawn in. Again, ideally it spawns earlier, but it's fine if it moves in now, as long as it moves in. There we go, that is the second station that gives a buff. I've right-clicked it. Now I just need to clear out my ammo slots, because it's just easier to pick things up there. Buy the sickle. And start buying all the arrows. Super easy. I threw them out because it's just slightly faster to do that. My inventory is full, by the way, so when I need to pick up the hay, so I need to, like, I will need to go back to get it. I also just run into the lava because I'm just like, it's just zombies, I'm fine. Yeah, I just need 50 hay, and once I get it, I can go craft the target dummy, and that'll be the last goal I need to do. So I find the target dummy, craft it, place it down, hit it with the sickle, and that's time, technically. Time technically ends when I click off the last goal, which takes me a little bit, because, yeah, I'm dumb. But, oh well, 23 minutes, 20-ish seconds. I'm very happy with this run. So thank you for watching to the end. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. I'm trying to do more of these bingos and also some randomizers. So maybe check out the one you see on the screen right now. You might enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.